Hello and welcome to Tagged. Thanks to Head and Shoulders. I'm Jordy Allen and today I'm joined for the first time, the two of us together, Sarah Rowe. Welcome. It's nice to have you here.
Thanks, Jordy. It's great to be involved. I feel like we're locker buddies already, so to just be here in a different setting is great. I think to kick off today, I want to talk about the loss of the weekend against Hawthorn. How are you feeling?
I think it was definitely the one that got away, isn't it? Like, we only played 2 quarters of football, and you probably can't expect to win many games if that's the way that we go about it. How are you feeling? You're a bit under the weather?
A bit under the weather. I don't know why I thought that I could get through it because, to be honest, I was bedbound for about 3 days before that. But I think, you know me, I think that my mind is stronger than anything else, and I tried to play regardless, but not very well. So I think if I had my time back, maybe I would have made a different decision. But you're coming back after your second game of the season with the calf injury, being out a long time. I'm sure your perspective is just like happy to get back for another game.
Yeah, and I think I really pride myself on the consistency in my game. So it was really nice to come straight back in last week against the Swans and feel like I could bring my strengths. And then the same against the Hawks. I probably was a bit rattled. Like they just got off to such a quick start, and I was like, I had a bit of a moment. I was like, oh my God, I'm on Aileen Gilroy, and she just blew straight past me, and I was like, gosh, I need to fix this match up before she makes an absolute mockery of me today. But no, it's great to be back in the team.
Aileen Gilroy, I reckon I could hear her before I could see her at the weekend. Did you see that at the start?
Oh, she's so intimidating. I went up and shook her hand. I went up and shook her hand. I was like, it's good to be back. And then she's like, yeah. I said, congratulations, it's nice to have you back. And she's like, yeah, it's good to be back. Immediately just turned and started demanding something from her teammate, and I was just like, it was chalk and cheese. And she's formidable, absolutely formidable.
Yeah, she is. I played with Aileen growing up, so I know exactly what she's like. But speaking of performances, we have to talk about our very own Ruby Slisher. My old housemate, lived with her for 5 years. When she got into the media first, she went and did a program with Fox. I'm not the
cadetship.
Yeah, cadetship. Yeah. And since then, she's just been on the rise. And after winning the Clinton Gribas Emerging Talent Award with the AFL Media, it's just incredible to see the rise in Ruby and what she's been able to do, not only on the football field, but also in the media space.
She's a star. And I think, speaking from my personal experience, she's been a huge mentor for me in the broadcast space, and I'm sure you've learned a thing or two from her, but I'm not sure if you'll give her that caps. But anyway, moving on, so let's have a look at the ladder. So we've got the Roos at the top. Can anyone beat them, Rowe?
Jordy, after playing them that day, I remember, I think our eyes were wide open after that. I think their performances just every single week, they're so consistent. It feels like it's impossible for anyone to beat them.
Yeah. I think the thing that it's kind of scary is the fact that they're not complacent whatsoever. Like, they are still dominating teams week in, week out. And you'd think that if they have this amount of success and this amount of momentum, it feels like it's only a matter of time before they're going to stumble. But I just can't see it coming.
But there's also players in that team who can't get into the team, who are outside, they're on the fringes, and that competitive nature, you know what it's like, even in Collingwood, when we have that competition, everyone rises to a different standard. Like, I see Irish players on that team. Amy Gavin Mangan is an example, who was incredible on her debut, doesn't get a look in the following week. And you're like, that's how ruthless it is with North. But I think we also have to talk about the bottom of the ladder. Yep. So sorry, Hosco, to speak about you when you're not here, but Richmond's performances over the last couple of weeks, what are you thinking?
I think the thing for them is they probably haven't even faced a real challenge yet. They haven't played North. I believe they haven't played Adelaide. They haven't really played any team that's sitting in the top 5, and they're still not. They don't have a run on the board yet. So what is it, Rowie? Because you look at their list, they've got Ali McKenzie, Mon Conti, Caitlin Greiser. They've got a brilliant backline. They've got Gabby Seymour. I could go on for days. Like, the amount on paper, they look so strong. Why aren't they putting it together?
I know it looks like there's a lack of chemistry within the group, but there doesn't seem to be anything fundamentally wrong. We haven't heard any rumours that there's something going on, but there has to be speculations at this point as to why they're performing the way that they are. They also are facing Brisbane this week, so their hopes of finals are becoming very marginally tight at this point. But I think they need to put everything into this weekend to come across and beat Brisbane.
Yeah, and speaking of Brisbane, we were having a little bit of chat off air. There's been a bit of a trend over the last 5 or 6 seasons that you've observed, and someone who's come from a different sport, probably not knowing the game of football. What did you notice when you first came, and what are you seeing now?
I think the biggest thing is, and what Irish players noticed at the start, was the athletic ability and the disparity between different teams. So when you look at Brisbane, I think why they've stood out over the last couple of years is their athletic ability. Their strength and conditioning was clearly head and shoulders, pardon the pun, above everyone else. And I think now teams are catching up, and teams are probably as fit and as strong as them. So, and their game plan hasn't changed. Yeah. So I think that we're seeing that gap close.
I couldn't agree more. And I think what I've noticed from this season alone is the teams that had real ascendancy in previous years, the Hawthorn of 2024, obviously Port Adelaide knocked them over. The teams that have been really, really strong have had a really, really sound offensive side to their game. Brisbane's one of them, but now teams have a really, really strong defensive system. We know that you can't just play 4 quarters of defense, because the best offense is always going to beat the best defense, right? But I think what we're seeing this year is now teams have this great blend of defense and offense, which is challenging the teams like Brisbane, who probably don't have a second option to rely on. They are being shut down, their athleticism, and they have the same game plan that when it's challenged, what else do they go to? So I really couldn't agree more. And what we want to talk about from this weekend in particular, did you see the moment in the Geelong Port Adelaide game, the call in the last moments of the game? What are your thoughts?
Oh, look, we have been on the receiving end of that, and then you're on the lucky side of that, and it's just kind of the way the cookie crumbles sometimes in sport. I think you have these moments, like I can recall with the Mariners in the semi-final, we played Melbourne City. They hadn't been beaten all year, and we scored a controversial goal in the very last minute of extra time, and people say that the goal was offside. Now, I will never say that it was offside, but was it? Maybe if you look back on the video, you have the opinion that you want to have on that. But I think to be on the receipt,
Sorry, did you just admit that you were wrong?
I was
for the first time in your life?
Not wrong. Look at the video, see what you think. Everyone's entitled to their opinions. But so being on that side, you're like, oh, that was a great decision by the referee. But I think if I was Port Adelaide, I'd be sick over that decision.
Yeah, it's really. It's a tricky one as a player, because we have the AFL umpires come in every pre-season, and we get a piece of vision and they break it down and they slow it down, and then you play a little Kahoot game and you've got 30 seconds to put in the right answer, and we still get it wrong. And I understand that our job is to play and theirs is to umpire, but I think it gives us a fantastic perspective on how difficult it is. And the umpires are human too. We miss kicks, we miss tackles, we give away goals. They're going to make mistakes. And the AFL have come out and said that they accept that it was probably the wrong decision. But something that is really, really interesting is in the men's prelim between the Pies and Brizzy on the weekend, there was a really controversial no call where Jamie Elliott has gone to take a mark and a Brisbane player's come front on, and it wasn't paid. And everyone was saying that it defined the game. It was in the dying minutes of the game. Jamie Elliott could have gone back and put it within a straight kick, but it was a no call. And Craig McRae was asked about it at the end of the game. This is what he had to say.
No guarantee he kicks the goal, though, is it? Like this is the world I live in. I never make excuses. I don't want our fans to see a coach that leads our group through excuses, because it just doesn't get you anywhere. I think losers make excuses. We don't. We're winners, and we didn't win today. Clearly beaten by a better team. I think they would have beaten us anyway, the way they were playing. So, you could say what ifs and if only, but it's not the space we live in.
It's time to throw our love behind something that sits head and shoulders above the rest, thanks to Head and Shoulders. And Rowe, you're going to kick us off today. What have you got for me?
I am. I have to kick us off with Ash Riddell. 44 disposals, breaking her record, 4-time All-Australian, probably, arguably, the most consistent player in the league. Speaking to her teammate, Vicky Wall, who says she's just so respected, she works hard up and down the ground, and I think absolute credit to her. She stands head and shoulders above the rest. Yeah, she gave us headaches a few weeks ago, didn't she? She's absolutely. So the way she can get it done on the inside and on the outside is absolutely remarkable. And I think we talk at length about Jazz Garner, and she is
absolutely insane. But to have 2 players of that caliber on the same team is remarkable. But for me, something that sits head and shoulders above the rest for me. Have you seen?
It's going to be a rom-com. I'm not going to know what it is.
It's not a rom-com. No. It's no The Summer I Turned Pretty. I assure you it's not that. But if you are on Amazon Prime, make sure you watch The Girlfriend. I've binged it all weekend. It's a thriller and it's absolutely mind-blowing, Rowe. I know that you're probably not the TV watcher. You have much better ways to spend your time. But if you do spare a day, I know you've been sick, so fingers crossed you don't get sick again.
I could have actually done with it this week, to be fair. So when you're telling me when you're not watching footy, this is what you're watching.
Yeah, and it's worth it. Forget The Summer I Turned Pretty. This is what you need to watch. All right, Rowe, it's time for my favourite part of the show, our West Australian friend, Emma O'Driscoll. It's time for OMG.
My name is Emma O'Driscoll, and today on OMG, we are talking about coaches being coached and getting an insight into who they really are. We absolutely love our coaches. We need them. They are very important to how we play. However, they can take things too far sometimes. Last year, I recall Nat Wood banning Coke Zero for the Essendon girls. That's criminal. She can't do that, surely. But anyways, it's meant to be a rumour, but I don't think it is. I believe that Woody would ban Coke Zero, and it looks like it worked. They made it to finals, but then we beat them, so they probably had too much on the flight over. And this is why us AFLW girls need to put our foot down and keep them to account. I've got a perfect example of this, and that is Jazz Ferguson. She's leading the charge at North Melbourne. Darren Crocker is kept to strict time constraints because of her and the other North girls. I mean, I don't know what they're talking about in a meeting, let's be honest. We've won another game, girls. Perfect. Do the same thing next week. But regardless, nonetheless, he's kept to exact time frames. He must be a rambler because when there's 2 minutes to go, she's putting down the hammer saying, we've got 2 minutes, Daz, or we're out of here. And speaking of keeping our coaches to account, Poppy Bolts calls her coaching staff most nights to wish them good night. It's the most condescending thing ever, but I love it. I'm all for it, Poppy. Make them feel like they're small for once. We own the authority, and you know what? If someone bans my Coke Zero, I'm going to do it. So well done, coaches, but most importantly, good luck, coaches, because us AFLW girls are going to be coming for you. There's still 7 rounds.
OMG, I couldn't have said it better myself. Coaches getting coached. But firstly, can we comment on Em's hair?
I know, the wave. I'm a big fan.
She is looking magnificent. But I think we have our very own story when we think about coaches getting coached. Now, you can help me join the dots here.
Yeah.
But last year with Collingwood, we were on a training camp up in Gold Coast. Couple of the younger girls, and you know what it's like, Jal. Think about the first year you and I both joined the club. We joined the club the same year.
Yeah.
You want to dot your I's and cross your T's. You don't want anyone to say that you've stepped out of line on anything. So we have 4 girls: Charlotte Taylor, Charlotte Blair, Imogen Evans, and
Eliza James.
4 girls who decided on the training camp before dinner, they were a small bit hungry, and they decided that they would just nip into KFC and just order some French fries, as they say. And anyway, as they're in there, you know, I'm sure with a guilty conscience, they get a phone call from Sam Wright, and Charlotte Taylor sees her phone ringing, and she's kind of like, oh, like, what does he want? So she answers the phone, and he's like, are you enjoying your KFC? Now, I know if I was a young player that I would absolutely sink into my seat in that moment.
You would lie and cheat your way out of it.
100%.
You would throw someone else under the bus.
I'm in here getting, I'm going to the toilet. Like,
you'd be like, oh, no.
Stop jumping to conclusions.
Yeah, sorry, EJ. No, I'm just sitting here. EJ's the one that's eating it.
100%. Point the finger at someone else. It definitely was not my story.
You would gaslight and you'd be like, who do you think I am, Righty? Do you think I would eat this stuff?
Yeah, my body's a temple, Righty. No way. And but the funny part about it was he had a viewing point. Now the girls were so freaked at the time because they were like, where is he?
Yeah.
And we can't see him. So they were like, how can he see us? But he was in a bar above them. Now the younger players at the time didn't have, I suppose, the confidence to say to him, Righty, what are you doing in the bar? Like, if you're going to tell us that this is unprofessional, that we're over here stuffing our faces, it's a bit unprofessional of you having a couple of alcoholic beverages, you know, on your trip away.
Yeah.
So, funny enough, the story has repeated itself that many times, but how many times does it get brought up in team meetings after that?
Constantly, like flat out. And it's just one of the funniest memories from last year. And to be fair, Righty took it so well, and yeah, probably not the most professional thing to do on a training camp. I'll give them that. We'd had quite a bit between lunch, and on those training camps he had absolutely smashed. So you're just trying to get as much food in as you can. But he handled it really well, and I thought that it was incredibly funny the way he called her as she was sitting there.
But I do remember that Charlotte Taylor, I'm pretty sure on Monday when she got back into the club, that she went into his office again with her tail between her legs and was like, hey, Roddy, I just want to apologise for that one again.
Yeah, she did the right thing. All right, Rowe, that's all we have time for today. But this weekend it is the men's grand final, and unfortunately our boys got knocked out on the weekend. What have you noticed from how they've been handling themselves so far?
Yeah, George, it just doesn't feel the same with the hype for the grand final. It is an amazing week of football, and I am so excited about it. But just for the boys not to be in there, it just brings a different energy. But I think after the loss at the weekend, speaking to a couple of the boys and the coaches in the club today, the feeling was they were disappointed with their performance, not really the outcome, because they know that if they perform, the outcome looks after itself. So yeah, there was a feeling of disappointment around the club, but it's still an exciting and a great week of football.
Yeah, I think I'd commend their professionalism, whether they win or lose. It's home and away or finals. You can never tell whether they're quite even. So. But we will be at the Macca's Footy Festival tomorrow, Wednesday the 24th, 3 to 4 p.m. I'll be there, you'll be there, Hosco will be there. We have another special guest with us.
We do, in Grace Egan. Now, George, I'm a bit worried because I know Grace Egan pretty well. She's good friends with Hosco, and I know that when those two come together, it's generally bad news.
With live mics.
Yes, so I have a feeling that they might have a prank stitched up for you and I. So I just think you and I just need to be, on the same team on Wednesday. But I do have a feeling there's something could be coming our way.
That's nice to know. So we'll see you tomorrow at the Macca's Footy Festival, Wednesday the 24th, 3 to 4 p.m. Make sure you're there. And while we're talking about Hosco, she sat down for the Hosco's Hot Seat with the Marmalade boys and absolutely grilled them. This is tagged. Thanks to Head and Shoulders. Enjoy Hosco's Hot Seat.
Hi guys, I'm Checkers.
And I'm Will, and we are in Hosco's Hot Seat.
Chili challenge, been stitched up a bit here. This is actually my biggest fear. I would rather swim a lap of the Yarra or do 100 laps of the MCG, but just been pranked again by the great old Hosking, so.
Fingers crossed we make it out alive.
All right, Will and Checkers, both the Marmalade boys, welcome to Hosco's Hot Seat, where I'm going to ask you a bunch of hot, spicy questions, some quick, rapid-fire stuff. Do you have to answer the question? No. But if you don't, you must take a chip, dip it all the way to the bottom, and try some of my spicy hot sauce. Sounds like a deal?
Yeah.
Well, I'll power through a couple. What's the best part of the job? 3 words or a sentence?
Gee whiz, I mean, getting to meet different types of athletes from all across, like, different codes of sport and, being able to do it with one of my best mates as well.
She said 3 words.
He does.
I was like, can I fit
Also, 3.
hot dog, footy pie, that's 3 words. Yeah.
Checkers, I've got a set of dice here for you. Roll me a 6. If you don't roll a 6... Oh, what a shame.
1
All right.
6 altogether.
I want you to try the dark sauce, please.
With the middle one.
He's got a healthy dip.
That's hot already. Yeah, we don't need to muck around, mate.
Okay, I'll keep going. All right, so do you actually like your haircuts, or is it simply part of the job?
I don't know about you, man. I like my haircut. I get it styled. I've got a housemate who's a barber, so I get it styled beautifully.
He has free haircuts because his housemate. I haven't paid for a haircut in maybe 5 years. I just get straight to get the clippers out of the bathroom every couple of months. And
Could you tell?
I save a lot of moolah.
So we're talking AFLW now. Who's the most overrated AFLW player?
No, I'm not answering that.
Oh,
I reckon.
I was going to say Grace Egan. We'll throw her under the bus. It's an easy one. We can just apologise. We can apologise later.
Do you want me to take a different shit?
Oh, I want you to take a different hot sauce because you've already done that one.
Do that one.
No, double dip. Double dip in a different one, thank you. Yep.
Oh,
Oh, snapped
Well,
it.
I've snapped a chip.
Now you have to go into the brown sauce as well, please.
Oh, no.
You're welcome. This is what I call the trifecta.
It's like a snack pack. What do they call them? The kebab pack. Yeah,
A little
the
bit
three
of cheese,
sauces.
some cabana, a little bit of dip.
No. That's enough to be okay. All right.
So while we're still powering through, which AFLW team do you think is going to finish on the bottom of the ladder?
Richmond.
Oh, that deserves a chip, and that'll be the brown sauce for you. Thank you very much.
You're doing that
again.
Yeah, middle one again.
So you're saying these ones are under? Oh,
They are. A healthy dip again, please. Will?
I think Carlton might finish on the bottom. I just don't want to take another chip.
Oh, making a mess.
You're just making a mess, man. Come on.
He's crying. Can we get a zoom in somewhere?
Do you have a makeup artist in here?
We just need a towel to wipe down the sweat.
So we're going to play overrated and underrated, where I'll give you two people and you need to say which person is the overrated person, which person is underrated. Pretty simple?
Yeah.
First one, Nick Riewoldt, Jack Riewoldt.
I'm a Saints fan, so Nick Riewoldt underrated, Jack Riewoldt overrated. But
I'm going to go opposite. Jack Riewoldt underrated, Nick Riewoldt overrated.
there's tears just streaming out. I'm worried I got chili in my fingers as well, so like
Oh, no.
that's an all-time blunder if I could get in my eye.
All right, Triple M, SEN.
Triple M underrated, SEN overrated.
Which stage should BT on?
Triple M.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to go on the radio one day, so I'm just gonna have a chip. I don't want to cut any ties this early.
Okay, we'll keep powering through. AFL or cricket?
Cricket underrated, AFL overrated, but
Ooh.
like slightly like biased towards cricket.
Interesting.
Slightly.
Footy underrated, cricket overrated.
Aaron Phillips, Daisy Pearce.
I ain't having this conversation.
I'll say Aaron's underrated, Daisy's overrated. Never met Daisy, so probably never want to meet me ever. But I'm from Adelaide, so growing up, and Aaron's been the hero of the town. So
Makes sense. YouTube, TikTok.
YouTube overrated, TikTok underrated.
No, I'll agree. TikTok underrated, YouTube overrated.
Sarah Hosking, Sarah Rowe.
Sarah overrated.
Sarah Rowe underrated, Sarah Hosking overrated.
Sarah,
And now I'm probably going to have a chip for that one.
Please, thank you very much. Well, boys, as you continue to finish your trifecta, I wanted to say thank you very much for joining me on Hosco's Hot Seat. You have just been hot seated. What I do have for you is
it's
some
not a
very
glass of
special
milk.
hot stuff socks to take home with you. So thank you very much.
appreciate it. Thanks for having us on.
Thanks, Hosco.
That was...
Oh, my God.